folks. Welcome to a very, very special episode of the Flight Night with John Fezzer, and tonight, Captain Mark as well. Hope you're all doing well. My name's Andy. I'm behind the scenes here. Martin's here too. Can't quite see him at the moment. We'll pan around later and catch him. He's actually lost his voice today, following a very busy weekend. But today, guys, we got Captain Mark in the captain's seat. There he is. Give us a wave, Mark. Oh, that one even.
That one. Hey, all.
That's it. And we got John Fezzer, your normal Monday night.
I'm not on the camera. Hey!
Get that. Usual.
Good evening. How
Monday
are we
night host. And we'll pass it over to you, Fezzer, because you've got a bit of a plan for tonight, haven't you?
I haven't, because I've just lost my phone, so stand by.
We're live here from the Microsoft the Manchester Flight Sim Centre here at City Airport, Barton. We're live in the A320 sim here, which is an awesome simulator. Coming down and show your support to the Manchester Flight Sim Centre. And the two of us. Oh yes, yeah.
Oh,
yes, we're all here set up, ready to go, and we've got a flight already loaded in, right, guys?
We have indeed. Do you want to talk about that, Mark? Because you're the gaffer flying this.
Right then. Evening all. Or should I say, Kalispera. Welcome to lovely Greece. We're in Corfu. As you know from the stream, I regularly moan about this place because I hate coming here. And sorry for the late start, but we wanted to give you the perfect airline experience where your scheduled departure time is just a suggestion. Anyway, we're here now. So what we're going to do is tonight, myself and the main man are going to show you challenging approaches. We're going to start off in Corfu, and we're going to do a thing called a circle to land. Now, this can happen for a variety of reasons. It could be that a navigation instrument's off the air and we can't use it. Or in the case of this place here, the runway in use has a big lump of rock back there behind it. And we can't do Australian approach. So what we have to do is a thing called a circle to land. And it happens from time to time. You'll see it from time to time. But there are regulations regarding this. And what we work off here is a thing called PANOPS, and just having a look and seeing if you can see that. So what they do is they draw a 4.2 mile arc for our aircraft around each end of the runway, and we use 4.2 miles. And that's what our minimum, what we work to, is based off. And they survey all of this and make sure there's no train that's going to cause us any problems. Some people, we use PANOPS, some people use what's called TERPs. And a few years ago, Korean lost a 767 because they were using PANOPS minimum. They should have been using TERPs, and it didn't end well for them. But that's the theory behind it. So we're going to come in, and I'll show you how we're going to do it. This is an instrument approach chart for runway 34 at Corfu. Now, unfortunately, Fez has pressed buttons again, and he's set the wind up so it's blowing too strongly from that way.
Rip.
Yep. What a shame.
Yeah, me again.
We're going to come in from here, and the way we do it is you fly in, you fly the approach to the wrong runway, and then you break off and you circle to land. Now, we spare no expenses here at Airliners Live, and we have our new super high-tech database and picture equipment that I drew earlier. Isn't that good, eh? So we're going to fly down to the runway.
He's some Van Gogh, isn't he?
Honestly, mate. Honestly, yeah. It took me minutes to do that. It took me, minutes.
Is that why we were late? You too busy drawing,
mate, you've got to get it right. Look at that. So we're going to come down the runway, and we're going to go off. We're going to fly off, go to a holding point. We're going to brief this, and we'll talk about briefing it as well, how we do it in the real world. But the bottom line is we come down towards the runway, we level off, we fly close to the runway, we break off, we fly along here. We've got tracks and times to fly. We then fly downwind the runway for a period of time, and then we're going to turn in, I'm going to fly in, I'm going to try and land it on this runway while missing these horrible hills out here, which are really hard, and we want to avoid those. So that's the plan for the first one. We've got other plans, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah.
We'll tell them later.
We'll tell them later. It's a surprise.
Bit of audience retention.
Right, okay.
You know,
we were going to have proper cabin crew today, but Kat's not well.
Yeah, pulled a sickie.
I know. I considered it myself.
Yeah. Me too. I'm going to press this button. It might get a bit loud.
Ooh, we got noise.
There you go. We now have noise.
We now have noise. We have noisy bits. Right. So, as we talked about, that's not a good sound. We're going to take off. I don't know if the camera can see the screen here. We're taking off from runway 5. We're heading out towards this point called Bed-X where we're going to hold. And this is the start of the instrument approach into runway 34, where they're going to break off, come down here, circle, land. Okay? Most important thing, let's get airborne, let's get up to Bed-X, and then once we're established out there, we can hold, brief, talk about it, how we're going to do it, and go from there. Yeah, definitely don't want to go up there. I've got 4,000 in.
Roger. 4 in the box, sir.
Top man.
Happy days.
Happy days. Happy to go?
I'm ready.
Right. Are you ready?
Right. Lights, camera, action.
Here we go.
Where's them fairly button? Oh, we'll keep them for later.
Yeah, I told him he touches them, I'll break his fingers. Right, have a go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Take off. Man Flex 48 SRS.
So I want to look at the engine display when that is pretty there for a set.
I'm watching my airspeed 80 knots. I slowly reduce this forward stick that I put in, so I'm 0 by 100, which I am.
100 knots.
Checked. Keeping an eye on my engine instruments in case I need to stop.
V1, rotate.
And now we rotate. We pitch the aircraft up. When you see the aircraft nose coming up, that's about your rotation rate. You don't want to bang the tail.
Positive climb.
Gear up, please.
Gear up.
And I'm pitching up towards 17.5 degrees. I've got nav. And automatically trims. The aircraft's flying nicely. I'm going to pitch down now for the acceleration phase. Talked about that to some of the fans the other day. And then I wiggle the thrust levers gently and bring them back, so it's a nice, gentle thrust reduction. Thrust climb AP1. Flap 0, please.
Flap 0. I'll retract the flaps up for Mark.
Thank you very much.
I'm a nice lad sometimes.
Yeah, good lad when you want to be. Yep, it's cleared.
Yeah, okay. More failures, pressing more buttons.
Yeah, I know. Some boy, ain't you? Right, I'm going to select speed 220 knots because I don't want to go too fast. Activate the approach face, so don't forget. Home climb. Climb up 4,000.
Going to be finding Jake Danson for the membership for 11 months. 11 months already for this. Do you want to press the button, Mark?
I'll press the button, young fella. There you go. Big
bing bong.
there.
Thank you very much, Jakey. And we have Mr. Sunblock who travels a lot to get that button pressed a few times with the £25 super chat. Large brandy for Captain Mark Weston's all around for the first officer and cabin crew. She didn't show up, so she's getting now after the show. Thank you very much, Chris. You support, mate. Great to see you over the weekend.
Yeah, cheers. Good to see you, Chris.
Cheers,
I hope you enjoyed your walk today, son. Right, we've got speed out start. Aircraft's levering. We're heading up towards Bed-X. It's going to open enter the hold there. So now we can do a brief. And we can have a chat about how we're going to fly this, young fella. We're out. So, big threats are we don't do this very often. The terrain, do it to the camera. I'm supposed to be talking to him, but I'll do it to the camera. There's lots of terrain around here. Another threat is the air traffic control. You have to be very, very careful, especially when you're doing a complex procedure. So, to mitigate that, if there's any clearance we get we're not happy with, we'll refuse any clearance we're not sure about after application.
Roger.
We've both got terrain because the weather's completely clear. We can see the high ground there. We're going to leave Bed-X, this point here. We're going to fly inbound here. As we're coming along here, how I'm going to fly it, well, I'm going to wiggle that and move those. We're going to go flaps 1 on this leg here, and before we start this turn, we'll go flaps 2. As we start the descent, we'll get the gear down and we'll go flaps 3. And then what we're going to do, our minimum is 2,000 feet. So we're going to fly down here to 2,000 feet, and at 100 above, I'm going to press the push to level button, and the aircraft will level off at around 2,000 feet. We may get the minimum call, and if we do, I'll just get you clear that.
Roger.
And then we're going to fly towards the runway, and then we're going to use this wonderful bit of work of art here. Like I said, gear down flap 3. We're going to use a thing called the bird.
The bird is the word.
The bird is the word. This is flight path vector. We push that, and it will fly a track. Instead of flying a heading, it will actually correct for wind for us. It's very, very clever. And as we're nearby the runway, we're going to break off 045 degrees off of that, which is a track of 028. And then once the wings are level, we're going to start our stopwatches and fly for 30 seconds. When we've done that, we're then going to turn left, track of 344, reset the time, and when we're level, abeam with that end of the runway, we're going to start the stopwatch again for 60 seconds. At 60 seconds, I'm going to turn it in for a course of 164. We're going to take the autopilot out. We'll check the bird is on. We'll check the auto thrust is in speed, which we want. And then once we're visual, Fez's going to give me flap full. We'll do the landing checks, fly around the bay, and come in and land. That's the plan. That'll help.
Just about.
Yeah. To brief it fully, like we said, the big threats of the terrain, minimum safe altitude is 8,200 in that northeast sector there. The other thing you have to do as well is that when we're downwind, I'm going to get Fezzer to activate the secondary flight plan. Airbus has 2 flight plans. The secondary has this runway in. And it's because we've got the weather set up for this. When you come into land, there's a thing called ground speed minimum, and it needs the weather for the right runway to actually work. Plus it gives me the right runway on the map. The only problem is that if we go around, we've got to follow the go around from this runway. So we're going in the wrong direction. But what I've done, I've reprogrammed the FMGC for this. If we go around, we can intercept and fly a go around and go back to where we need to be to have another go at it. But let's not do that today. No. Are you happy?
Well, I'm always happy, so I'm sitting next to you.
Mate. Honestly. Honestly, have you ever heard anything like it? Right. So, we'll put that there for now, so you can see that. Are you happy to do the approach?
Well, you're doing the approach, so yeah.
Well,
of course I am.
You happy to sit next to me while I do it?
Yeah, go for it.
There we go, mate. So we'll do that. I'll go direct to that point there.
Bottom bedex.
Bottom bedeck. Here we go.
And Lee Davies dropping an Airliners Live membership.
That button.
Thank you very much, Lee. And Susie B on the Garage MC. Give her a bit of mech as well, because it's a $49.99 super chat.
Whoa.
Give her a bit more mech. Boop, boop. Thank you very much, Susie. Massive support. She's a penny away from a mega bong. A penny. But
hey.
I think we'll give her it, you know.
Yeah, I think we'll give her a mega bong for that one.
How is Susie? Penny?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thank you very much, Susie, for the dynamic duo. Appreciate that very much. Massive support. Thank you.
Marvellous.
Happy days.
Happy days.
So if anyone has any questions or anything, get them in the chat. We'll try our best to answer them.
So we've got a point here at BedX, 4,000 feet, and after that we can go down 2,900 feet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dial in 2,900. I've got 2,900 blue, and if I press for descent, the aircraft wouldn't do it. It's got this what's called a constraint. It'll stop us from going down. We'll go, no, we won't let you do that. And there's all the missed approach in blue around there that we're not going to do.
Oh, nice DMER.
Yeah. What we're actually going to do in the missed approach is we're going to go off and we're going to head here, then go direct to the KRK. But it'll keep us clear of terrain.
So all the blue you see on the terrain radar, that's just all water, and then you can't see it at the minute, but in here this is all the terrain, isn't it?
Okay, we've got descent, 2,900 blue. Let's do it. of the gotchas is as we fly down here, 2000 happens quite early, so we have to be quite sharp with that.
Sharpen up our actor.
Yeah, first time ever. Right, approach phase is active, so don't forget. And let's go flaps 1, please.
Speed checks, flaps to 1.
Thank you very much, sir.
And Craig Naylor, thank you very much for your 20 mums of first class. Give him a bing bong or a mech. We'll give him a mech.
Give him a mech as well.
A bit of a mecha bong. That's what it's called.
Bong.
There
Yeah,
you
look,
go.
a mecha bong. There you go.
And Mr. Sunblock, thank you again. Another super chat, £5. My question, as from a friend, is one bottle of wine enough for the night show? Well, Martin's dad bought me a box of Westons with a pouch in, so well, we'll see about that, won't we, mate?
Going to be messing in a teenager's bedroom, isn't it?
Thank you very much, mate.
Right, so we're descending down, 700 feet to go until we level off. And
Is
then
this
the next
real?
descent.
You better believe it. Look at that, it's Corfu, don't know.
Scenery's good. The scenery's really good.
So, Flight Sears McCanna, thank you very much.
And yes, hope you're all enjoying this super special. We do these kind of twice a year now,
flaps
coinciding
too,
with the
Speed checks, flaps too.
with the task fair weekends. Fez comes down. Captain Mark joins us in the
160
Manchester Flight Sim Centre here. Go and check them out on social medias. I know they've got an Instagram. Go and give them a follow and say Airliners Live sent you over.
Yeah, they've got a link. It's manchesterflightsim.com if any mods can... yeah, there you go.
That's the one. Go and check it out. And this is one of their simulators that they have on offer. They also have a 737 simulator that's taking bookings from the 1st of March as well. So go check that out. Great sim centre right here at City Airport as well. Make a day out of it.
You might even meet the boys as well if you're lucky.
I know, let us know if you've booked it as well, and we'll come out and say hello if we're about. A huge thank you to them guys for allowing us to use the sim once again for one of our Monday night specials. For those just joining us, we've got 2 people up in the flight deck today. On the left hand side in the captain's seat is Captain Mark. He's a real world Airbus captain. And we've also got John Fezzer, who's our regular Monday night flight sim host in the FO seat at the moment.
No, my... oh, no, yeah, my T-shirt's right. Yeah,
Did you lose your cap, did you?
2-1.
Right, press that. Right, I've got Al Magenta, Final Blue, App Nav. One of the things about the Airbus is you always read what's called your flight mode enunciators, your FMAs. That's rumour, that's fact. Whereas my mate says that's the wife you want, that's the wife you get. But whatever that says is what's going to happen. You can dial in what you like here. If it doesn't say it there, it's not going to happen.
So it's commanded 160 there? Oh no, I can't because it's not. There you go. Push it in.
Just push it in. We've got
there you go.
Magenta.
That's commanding 140, but I've got 185 there. What's going on?
Yep. And as long as you don't pull it, it's still going to fly what you want. Get down, please.
Gear down. Oh, good.
And I'm going to go. Right, I don't know if you can zoom in on this, Andy. You see, you've got your flight director bars there. That's what the automatics are commanding. When I press that, we get this, and this round thing here that looks like a little plane is called the bird. Flaps 3, please, mate.
Speed checks. Flaps.
Cheers. This is the bird. It's a flight path vector. It takes final lap we've got. Set the missed approach 4,000. And this gives us real-time information, so it's below the horizon, we know the aircraft's descending. And I'm going to take this away because we don't need it anymore. What we do need is that. So we've got 1,000 feet until our level-off point. And like I said, 100 above, I'm going to press that. And it's going to come around quite quickly. It's not following the path route. Now it's just woken up and said, look, there's the command bar. Fly down, fly down. It's not that critical. It's not that critical. Okay.
And DK, brand new premium economy member. Thank you very much. Welcome to premium economy. Thank you very much for your support.
So now we're coming down to the 2000, which is our level-off point.
Does Mark's love his fart tour? Yes.
Yes, I do. Who said that?
Jonathan Brown.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I do. Goes everywhere with me.
Do a flip. 100 gifted memberships for a flip, isn't it, Alex? Same for a failure as well, 100 gifted.
100 above.
Right. Yeah, give us 0. Cheers. Split. Right, VS0. That's good. That's good. Just bring it down slightly and make it perfect. Nah, we'll leave it there. That's fine.
Poor Andy every time he goes into your PFDs.
Sorry, Andy. So we're flying towards the runway. We can see the runway out there.
Well,
we're not going to land on it.
We're a bit high, man.
We're a bit high. We are a bit high, but we're about to do this.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my tracking of 028. There we are. 028 set. It might drop out, but we'll be all right, I think.
I'll keep twiddling a phone.
Yeah, it's 40 seconds anyway. So we're flying along straight and level now, making a lot of noise, but it's the only way we can do this. I can still see the runway, and I want to stay visual. This is a visual manoeuvre. I want to stay visual at all times. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull that, and we've got track. The aircraft will now turn and follow this track. And like I said before, wings level, 30 seconds.
2,000.
I just love the field of view you get. Is it a 180 degree field of view? I think. Yeah. You just see mountains over there in the distance. Yep. It's really cool.
And that's wings level, 30 seconds. Now we're going to leave the airport out that side. I'm not sure if you can see it from where you are, but we can see the runway quite clearly, and we have to stay visual with it. The odd thing about this manoeuvre is normally you would do this at 1,500 feet, but because of the way this place is, you have to stay at 2,000, which means instead of going outbound that leg for 45 seconds, we've got to do 60 seconds. The calculation is, for every 100 feet you're up, you go downwind 3 seconds. So we're going to go out for 60 seconds and turn back in. Three, 4, 4. Reset the stopwatch. And there's the bay ahead of us that we're going to fly around. We're paralleling the runway, and when I'm level with that threshold, I'm going to start my stopwatch again, and then the fun really begins. Now, can I ask you to activate the secondary, please, my dear chap?
And indeed, secondary activate sec.
Thank you very much, sir. And we've got a centre fix. We've got an extended centre line to aim for as we come around the corner. So it's not completely nothing there to point at. You can still see the runway. And when we're level with this end of it, I'm going to start the stopwatch.
When you're doing look like, oh, I don't know about that, man.
Huh?
Don't know about that, Matt says, come on, we're doing look like.
I don't know, are you doing look like?
I don't know. Who knows what we're doing?
He can do look like, I'm not doing look like. I'm not getting paid enough to do look like. So, 60 seconds downwind, and the critical thing is we turn inside that bay.
Yeah.
Because...
Again, on the terrain, you can see where the terrain is, the green and the orange.
Yep. The green's below us, the orange is above us, and red is a long way above us.
Obviously, 2,200 feet, that is, isn't it?
Yeah. 37, 38. I've stopped gassing and concentrate now.
Stay tuned, Philip. You never know, mate. You never know. Got over 500 people watching. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Fantastic.
Right, we're coming up to 60 seconds, and the inbound course is 164. Start turning in now.
Whereas Fez are flying to and from, I'm just flap handle operator at the minute.
You are at the moment, my old mate. You are at the moment.
Just at the moment.
Right, we're starting the turn. We're in the turn. Autopilot off. Flight director off. Auto thrust speed I've got. Coming around the corner nicely. When I'm visual, we'll go flaps full.
Start is ready.
Start a descent rate. Flaps full, please.
Speed checks. Flaps full.
Okay, a little bit high. I'll keep it coming round. It's weird, I've lost the centre line. visual of the runway. We're coming in now. 4,000 set for the missed. Land checks, please.
Where's my chest?
Right, cabin secure takeoff.
Cabin security, cabin landing, no blue, there we are.
That's it. Go around out 4,000 is set. So a little bit high at the moment. Keep it coming round. And I've got a track line here, so if I put that in line with the runway, once I'm in line with the runway obviously, that will check visual. Still a little bit high, but that's alright. It's coming back in. Got 1 red, 3 whites.
$500.
Still
Checked.
ish.
$400.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
$300.
Here we go, guys.
$200.
Will it be a feather greaser?
That's a good question, actually.
Will it be a multi-boy hammerer? A little bit low. It's a short runway. Obviously, we would have briefed. It's a short runway. We'll use full reverse. We've got auto brake medium, and it's rough.
50, 40, too low, terrain, retard. 5.
Oh, come on, boys. Down you go.
Butter.
Voila. Full reverse.
Spoilers. Reverses green. No diesel.
Manual brakes.
70 knots. There we go.
Look at that.
Greaser.
Absolutely buttered it there.
Right, our brake
Not
is
bad.
set.
He's not
Pins,
bad, is he?
words. It doesn't move. So, where's my camera? So that's how we fly a circle to land. There's that. I might take a snapshot of that work of art and put it up on the VIP page. Van Gogh couldn't do better. But that's what we did, and that's how we do this. The last time I did this, we did it slightly different. We came in from this way. The cloud base was much lower. There were thunderstorms everywhere. The weather was absolutely atrocious, and I never want to do it again. Right, Feza,
What's next?
what's next, mate?
I'll be honest, I can't remember. Start with M.
It could start with them if you wanted to do that one next. Do you want to do that one next?
What were we supposed to be doing?
We can either do Madeira now, or you can do Madeira now. Or Right then.
Me and
So
Mark
we're
were
back
just
on.
conferring, and well,
okay.
let's see what button I press and see where we end up. I think
Let's see where we end up.
Let's see.
I'll be honest with you, all right. Whenever I'm on the stream, there's an awful lot of people say to me, "Have you been into this place, or do you go into this place we're about to do?" And the answer is yes, I did a long time ago on the 757 when I flew a proper airline. I miss it terribly. Madeira, Funchal.
It's like a long lost girlfriend, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Childhood sweetheart.
I pine for it terribly. We don't worry about the pan-up stuff. Madeira is it's classed as one of the 10 hardest in the world. You need special training. You need sim qualifications. I've had to read a PowerPoint on this. I've had to read a lot of notes on this one.
Yeah, just the thing is, well, Mark isn't actually Madeira certified.
I'm not. No, I don't do this. I did it, like I said, years ago in the 7.5, and I don't do it as a day-to-day job. This is a special qualification. But for you guys, we can have a go at it and see what happens.
So you're saying you've had to do a lot of research just for today's show,
Just for today's show.
just so we can show it off in as close to real life as possible.
Yeah. What we'll do, we'll brief this one on the ground rather than because we're going to take off, fly around, and come back in.
Oh, yeah. I'll put us on the good runway actually. So I think 1, 2, 3.
No, you're good.
Let me just press that button now.
Yeah, we'll have to have a chat about this. It's so difficult in Madeira. You have special wind limitations depending on where it comes from. So we have this chart here to work from. We're coming in on 0.5. We've got, depends where the winds come from. You've got hills over there. Even if you're coming in, you've got a wall along the runway that causes turbulence at low levels. And if you're going to brief it, you need to go thoroughly into how you're actually going to do this. But what we're going to do, we're actually going to do what's called the RMP Zulu. We're going to take off and we're going to fly up to out here and turn back in on ourselves, head for probably this point here, and then fly around the bay. The thing is with the bay, there's these points that you need to look for. There's this Gilo point here, and it's a bridge, and it's got some vertical structure supports on it. So that's a visual reference point there. You've got these flashing leading lights that lead you to a point called Rosario here, and then that lines you up the runway. It's that difficult when you get the weather for this place. They give you wind at different points. You get a wind at Rosario at this end of the runway, in the middle at the end, because it just changes so much. And you know, most of you have probably seen the YouTube videos of when people have tried to come in here and it's not gone well. They've ended up going back up again. So we'll have a chat about this, how we're going to do it. And then we're going to do it, because we've only had one go at this today, haven't we?
Well, you have. I've done the box for you. It's up to the ONAV. What was it? Just double check. ONAV Zulu 05 from Pillam.
You were good and you
done. Oh, well, you know, I'll try. What do you want out of here? Toga or Flexi?
Yeah, let's go Toga.
Toga?
Yeah, might as well, eh?
Happy with them?
Yep, happy with them. Weights. What do we need? We need to be 2,000 at that point. What if we go to Pillam at 3? Go 3, shall we?
3?
Yeah.
And if you are planning on coming down and booking in the Manchester Flight Sim Centre in the A320, you can actually fly this airport. So maybe take some notes today if you are planning on flying down. And you could do these particular approaches as well.
Do any approach, can't you, really?
Yep. You can do a flight from Manchester to here, or you can do some circuits here.
Could do Manchester, New York, you know. Give that research as well. Let's get. I've got a little bit of sport to catch up on. Mr. Sumler, who travels a lot with a £5 super chat. Funchal with a Porter Santos field shop. You better believe it, son. Oh, me bing bong doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? That one works. Cheers.
It's a sim pause, is it?
Yeah, I've muted the sim.
Mark, you said that you've flown this in real life before. You said obviously back in the day.
Yeah, in a 7.5, and it was done differently back then because we didn't have the fancy RNAV kit we had here. I mean, the 7.5 I went in, we didn't even have GPS, so it was tracking beacon radials, and then it was just a purely visual manoeuvre around the corner. The good thing about the 7.5, it's got so much power that if you have any problem at all, you can get up very high very, very quickly.
Nice. But it's easily doable in the A320.
Yes.
A lot of airlines fly it in and out with the 320.
Yep. I am going to just get this out so we can have a chat about how we're going to do this.
Press that button as well. We'll unmute the sim. And Amy Rose, thank you very much for gifting an Airliners Live membership. Now I've got the bing bongs. Bing bongs. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And that's going to Bobby Tatlow. There you go, Bobby. Enjoy. Thank you very much for your support this evening, ladies and gents. If you want to send in the support, click the dollar symbol, click super chat, click gifted membership, especially if you're on Android. Well, thank you very much for your support this evening, guys.
Cool.
Glenn says that we suck. I didn't think it was that bad of a landing. No way. Oh, shame.
Oh, well, never mind.
Can't please everyone.
Well, that's you can't please all the people.
I think it was our fault, wasn't it?
The fans love it. That's the main
face
thing.
of flights informs that, right? So.
So, to brief it, the big threat is we've got lots of terrain. It's out on this. I mean, they have extended the runway after that plane went off the end. Aerodrome's surrounded by a high terrain to the north, west, southwest, and we need to refer to certain charts for that, right? Vectoring charts and all that sort of stuff. We may get, due to terrain proximity nuisance, GPWS warnings. You know what to do if that happens. We're doing the what are we doing? The RMP Zulu, RMP for Runway 05. If we lose the ability to do an RMP, if the GPS drops out or the nav kit falls
a bit of
out,
jamming or something,
like that. Yeah. First thing we do is turn to 139 and climb to 3000. Let ATC know. And once we're away from it, what we can tell them is unable RMP due equipment, request reclearance, and then we'll do the VOR on the visual. But that's not going to
Happy
happen
days.
today because Fez is not pressing anything.
Well, I don't know.
If we go around bulk landing procedure at 300 feet on the altimeter, the QNH, we're going to turn right heading 090, and then we're going to join the standard missed approach procedure and head out towards Monaco, out somewhere like that, and have a little think about why we've gone round. We've got plenty of fuel, so
Happy days.
We
Mrs.
can,
Airliners Live with the premium economy for 18 months. Oh, we're Jenny.
Martin is here, by the way. He's still got no voice.
Yeah. Where do I need to go forward, Bar?
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's hiding in the background. Or I can spin the camera around real quick as well. There he is.
Oh, there you go. There he is.
Look at this setup. Look at that shirt as well. Oh, that's a nice looking shirt right there. Alpha Charlie shirts now available on the Airliners Live shop.
AirlinersLive.com.
there were a lot of fans at the weekend walking around with those on.
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
Mark, you were at the task fair on Saturday,
Yes,
weren't you?
I was, mate. It was absolutely. We on there?
I think of all the people, you were the one who was talking the most.
Yep.
Talk for England country.
It was good. It was good. It was really, really lovely to meet everyone. You know, I've talked to them on the chat. All lovely people. I really wanted to meet them all in person. And they're all absolutely fantastic. A big thank you to Tom and Anne. They brought me a little present. It was absolutely lovely. So thank you very much for that. I loved every second of it. I never got me lunch. Leftover pizza, so it wasn't a loss. But no, it was just full on all day.
Hey, that is a lot,
know.
sweet. What pizza was it?
It was a good one. It was from Pizza Pier in Lee. What was it? It was a chicken tikka
Wait,
curry
you had pizza on Saturday?
We had it on Friday night, and I had a couple of slices of cold in my bag for my lunch, and I never got a chance to have it. We were just
Could have
flat out
said I
all
would
the
have had
time.
it.
I know, we would have had it.
Hey.
Well, yeah, I didn't get the chance to tell you because it was busy. But no, everyone was absolutely lovely. I was blown away by how many people said how good the last one of this was, especially when Fastest Finger first went and pressed the wrong button. They said they were in hysterics.
Yeah.
And I was very encouraged by the amount of people who actually came forward and said the pilot explains the fear of flying one, how it's helped them.
Yes.
There was a lovely man there with his daughter, got to sign a book. We were having a good chat about it, all talking about noises and stuff. And there were several people who came up and said they were actually going to try and get on a plane now because of it.
Oh, nice.
So that was really, really,
and that was actually recorded in this room as well. Full circle.
Yep. Although I was all crunched up, it looked like potato.
People love that video.
Yeah, it's gone down well. It was a big hit, and
Yes, Mark does videos on our YouTube channel as well. You can go and check them out. A Pilot Explains video. The last one was about...
Yeah, I was going to say, do pilots need passports, Mark?
Do pilots need passports?
you'll have to watch the video first. I'm not telling you.
Yeah, that's how I like it.
Mr. Some bloke who travels a lot with another super chat. What's he doing, Chris, lads? Thank you very much, mate. £10. Martin's background dance cannot go and be what get off my big bong here. I'm going to mecha of you. I'm going to mecha bong. So thank you very much, Chris. There you go. Any more dancing for Chris? Where am I going this? Go on, a bit more.
Hey, look at him go! And like I mentioned, we're here at the Manchester Flight Sim Centre here at City Airport, Barton, and come on down and show your support. Get some Flight Sim sessions booked in. You can do gift vouchers, and they're all available. All the info is on the website as well. The links are in the chat, getting spammed as well as pinned at the top of the YouTube chat as well. And it's also where the Airliners Live HQ is as well. So if you're ever down, give us a message and let us know, and we'll come and say hello and get some photos in the sim and things like that.
Cassie's saying she'll have to come and crash the next one. What are you saying about that, Brown Bill?
Yes. The next one, in terms of the tasks and memorabilia fair, 22nd and 23rd of July. So if you do want to come on down, get that weekend reserved. We'll be there on a Saturday as per usual, so that's the 22nd. And that date is quite special for someone in this room, isn't it? Mr. Fezzer?
I don't know. Is it? It is indeed my birthday.
It's his birthday, so feel free to bring... well, I guess a Western, but you had plenty of that on Saturday, didn't you?
No, I mean, I only had 2 bottles. Colin saying his motto here today is there.
Yeah, Martin's lost his voice after Saturday.
See, look, guys, I cannot read the camera.
Tash cam. Go on, give it a zoom. Give it a zoom for the tash cam. Go on, look at that.
50 mil.
Isn't it growing nicely, eh?
Right.
Gareth
About the flight.
Howie!
Back to the
Right.
flight.
How are you fit, Geordie?
Where are we?
So the theme of today's live stream, by the way, as you've seen from the title, is tricky approaches or technical approaches, tough approaches, and this is all approaches that you might be flying in real life, places like Madeira. Are we doing Corfu? Did you say?
Done Corfu, yeah.
Yes, that was it. And yes, plenty of others. And what actually happens in the flight deck? So there's a lot of technical information being passed around, a lot of planning. And these are different kind of approaches that pilots may be needing to do. As Captain Mark said, this particular one and a few others require special training just to do them approaches. And this is one of them. So stay tuned, guys, because it's going to get interesting.
And Neil's dropping a super chat, 249, saying, can we expect a simulated engine failure?
No. Fez's under orders. He's under strict orders. He's not touching any of those buttons today.
Yes.
Oh, they're open. Oh.
When was the last one? It was that would have been in summer last year, wouldn't it? And
It was when you guys hit 100,000.
October.
oh, it was in October. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Because your the call sign was AirLive 100 kilo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And look at it now, AirLive 390 kilo.
All right. Let's have a zoom in on that.
There you are. That's your call sign.
That's our call sign for today, guys.
So what's it going to be for the next one we do?
Who knows?
6 months' time?
Oh, that's the question.
That one.
Place your bets.
Yeah.
That one is what it's going
AirLive
to
1
be.
mic.
Is there enough zeros? Yes.
Airline 1 mic is what it's going to be.
AirLive 1 mic. Yeah, just to continue with the brief now.
Enough Tashcam.
Right. Your main purpose really is to monitor anything you see you don't like. If it doesn't look right, it's not right. So holler at us straight away. As we're approaching, we'll take off. We'll turn round, maybe head for this 528 point. Once we get airborne, come in here. Flaps 1, flaps 2, gear down, and then as we're coming around the corner, we want to be fully configured because we want to be max 195 there. Ideally, we want to be config 3 with gear down there. By this point here, max 160, I want to be flaps 4, and we want to be around this bit here, fully configured, landing checks done, maybe even earlier, because the important point is we're looking for this turn. We're looking for Gilo, whatever it's called, and then Rosario and the leading lights to bring it round to land. Because it's an RNAV, we can keep the flight directors on. We don't need to go flight directors off, bird on. MSA, well, worst case significant, 8,200 off of Monek, worst case there. In the Pilim area, it's a bit lower, well, it's still 8,200 that area, but we'll take 8.2 as a worst case scenario. The most important thing is if we go around at low level, 300 feet, right hand turn, 090, head out towards the sea, rebuild the automatics. And we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan, boss man.
Oh, dear me. Why do I do this to myself?
Well, I'm pressing no failure button yet. What are you on about?
Obviously, it was very technical, that, but if anyone in the chat does have any questions in particular, obviously Mark is an Airbus captain himself, very good at explaining things. Fezza knows a lot about the A320 as well. As you see, for every Monday he's always flying either the A320 or something similar. And yes, if you have any questions, guys, put them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them live on the show today.
Beljuice isn't going to get me any birthday cake this year, but he said he'll think of something else. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Tom and Anne getting a bing bong. Thank you very much. Thank you for my present the other day. Absolutely made me up, that did. Absolutely made up was. I wore it in my hat up there, in my beanie. In my Airliners Live beanie, obviously. But yeah, thank you very, very much. Lovely to meet you guys, especially on Sunday as well.
Cheers, you too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolute stars. Right then, we're going to do this?
Howard.
Okay.
Right, take off my balloon.
Right then.
You're the gaffer.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go, chap. Here we go, son. Take off. And because it's Madeira, it's toga is mandatory. Mantoga SRS, we're using full power for takeoff because of the complexity of this airport.
John packs off. Yeah.
We wouldn't do in real life.
Yeah.
It's one less thing to forget.
First set. 100 knots.
Checked.
V1, rotate.
So I'm pulling back on the side stick. The aircraft's climbing. I'm looking up at the
pause the climb.
Gear up, please.
Yeah.
Primary flight display. We've got nav. We're up to 17.5 degrees. The flight directors are commanding a climb on the set. It's good. 46. Start to lead it down. Nice, gentle thrust reduction.
Don't want to scare the passengers too much.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's there. So we've got thrust climb AP1. Open climb heading, because now we're away from the flight plan. Flap 0, please.
Flap 0.
Come on.
I remember this time.
I have a particular name for lights and stuff like that, and I can't say on the stream, but it's not something that's of importance. Right then, so we've got a heading, speed outstar. We'll go forward a little bit, and then we'll do a 180 and we'll intercept this point here. I'll activate the approach phase so don't forget. Take that out. Take that out, because we don't want that.
Seatbelts on for the flight they're on. There you go. Double checked it.
Out.
Golf Bravo Yankee Alpha Alpha. Isn't that a 747, I think? BS 74, I think. Mark, was it Torga Mandia for the 75 as well?
Ah.
Maybe it just had too much power. I
can't remember. It was over 15 years ago, but quite possibly, just to get you away from the cumulus granite and the hard stuff over there that you really don't want to fly into. Yeah, I can't remember.
First, a fantastic plan has good potential. I haven't done that.
He will be in a minute.
Where's them westerns? Oh, Stringy, get me them westerns, son.
People in the chat loving the stream this evening.
Good.
As you know, Fezzer usually streams on a Monday night, and if you're not a regular viewer of that, you should be. It's one of the regular shows we do here on Airliners Live, and since he's down for the weekend for the task fair anyway, we figured we'd get involved with this, and hopefully we do the same in the summer as well, in July. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button as well, of course. It really helps out the stream.
Susie B saying smashing it, lads. Thank you very much, Susanna.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to you more, Susie. It was nice to see you. Where are you? So, but yeah, next one, come and see me.
Really?
I wish we had everyone here. It'd be good if we could fit them all in the back and watch this.
I know we need an extension either.
Need a 321. Fit them all in. So we're now turning back to start the procedure to arrive back into Madeira. Once we're inbound, we'll start configuring the aircraft. When you come into land, you have to slow the aircraft down, and you have to put flaps and slats out on the wings, which means you can fly slower. Obviously, you need to put the wheels down, unless you're testing a Sukhoi Superjet. And we hear people say, you know, oh, you've got autopilot. Well, I've got cruise control in my car. It doesn't mean I can put it on and sit in the back and drink a cup of tea.
Unless you got a Tesla.
Can you do that, can you?
No.
See money. But we have to monitor it. We have to make sure it's doing exactly what we want it to do. And if it doesn't, we have to intervene either by selecting a mode that we want to take over using the autopilot, or
getting rid of it altogether.
Get rid of it altogether and look out the window. So we're now flying. The island's over there. The airport's over there. And we're going to be flying towards this downwind bit for the turn-in. The runway at this 2-3 end is up on stilts. They extended it and put it up on big stilts after, I think it was an Iberia 727 went off the end. It was quite short before.
Ooh, 727?
Yeah, I'm going back a few years now.
Just a bit.
And they extended. It's now 2,700 metres long, which isn't bad, actually. It's not a bad runway.
Brody's saying not killed any airport workers now, Fez. That was him. That was him. It wasn't me. Him there. It wasn't me. He ran the person over the prop. I was just the witness there.
The witness.
The onlooker.
Yeah.
He's a grass, isn't he?
Yeah, well, we're not here
I've
yet.
got pride, you know, I've got reputation to keep.
Have you?
Well,
John Russell saying I was hoping to chat to Mark, but every time I did a lap of the room, you were in a deep conversation.
There was one lad, bless him, I clocked him out the corner of my eye. He works for Jet 2, lovely bloke called Jake. He waited for like 20 minutes. He was standing there waiting.
We should have had a queue just for you.
Should have done, take tickets.
Yeah, maybe next time, charge to talk to you.
Yeah, he's doing his PPL soon.
gee, we've got a massive mega bump.
Go on, son, go on.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think, yeah, go on, you can have a read of it since, you know, you wanted Harrier.
Whoa! Really?
Well,
Thank you very much.
we all did really, didn't we?
We all did, yes. £75
From who?
from young Melissa.
Hey!
Thank you very much. I'm normally on the stream, you know, standing up from all the bullying she gets.
Now you're reaping the rewards. Cheers, Mel.
Thank you very much, Mel. You're an absolute legend.
Can you read the...
Yeah, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Seeing as I spent no money at TAS, I'll give it now. Sorry that the stewardess was stood doon.
Never mind. Next.
Spelt wrong, Melissa. I'll let you off.
Yeah.
Amazing stream from 2
Good.
Pro Pilots.
Oh, there you go. Free
Hey.
pilots.
Hey.
Tell you what, let's give us
that well.
Flaps one, please, bud.
Let's
Thank
get
you
that
very much,
mega
Mel.
bombs in the
Flaps
chat,
coming
folks.
out.
Ooh, okay. I've got a question real quick as well from Michael B in the chat saying, Captain Mark, could you tell us a bit more about what a Squawk 7700 is? When would it be used and when is it not used?
Knock the camera down, I might just change it.
Professor puts it in.
You ready?
Go on then.
Give us Flaps 2 while you're at it, please.
Yeah, I'll do Flaps
Cheers,
2.
mate.
Bosh. 7700. What is it?
Right then, so when you've got an emergency, this thing's called a transponder. It stands for transmitter responder. The radar station sends a signal out saying, who are you, where are you? And this squawks like a parrot, and it goes, here I am, pretty Polly, I'm here, I'm this height, this is my call sign, this is me, this is where I'm going. And it tells height, altitude, speed, call sign as well. So what happens is when you have an emergency, especially if you're doing like an emergency descent, sometimes you'd put that in anyway, but air traffic might ask you to put that in.
And I think on the A350s they've got something called emergency descent now, and it will automatically set the squawk.
Yeah, it'll do automatic emergency descent. But what the good thing about that is, if you're say 38,000 feet, you're talking to the controllers who control the higher levels. The controllers down below don't know you've got an emergency. So as soon as you put that in, it flashes up on all the radar screens in the area, so everyone knows you've got a problem, so they can steer everyone out your way.
Another one is 7600, which is radio loss of radios, loss of communication.
76 radio fix. We have 75 stay alive, that's for hijack. 76 radio fix, and 77 you're going to heaven. And that's the way we remember it. I've got final blue hat nav.
Check.
And that's used for like general mechanical emergencies, medical emergencies. Basically, you just need to get down.
Yeah, you need to get down sharp. It lets all the controllers below you. Every controller knows you now. You're in. You know you've got a problem. Final lap. Go around. We're going to climb at 3,000. And let's go gear down, please.
Gear down.
And we're going to fly around the arc. So we can do that one over there. And we're looking over there now for this Gilo point, which is the motorway that's up on a couple of legs, and you might be able to see it with your camera as we come around the corner. Flaps 3, please.
Speed checks 3. And Landy Sam with the $4.99 first ever super chat from them. Great show, guys. My dream job. Our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, have one of them.
Thank you very much, Landy Sam, for your first ever super chat to the channel.
Gilo is out on this peninsula, this tip point here.
Is it in front?
Yeah, yeah, there it is. There it is. That's it. Right then, flaps full, please.
Speed checks, flaps full.
Thanks, sir. Wait for them. Right, land checks, please.
Landing checks, cabin secured.
History of landing.
Landing is no blue.
Yep.
Terrain ahead.
Thrust speed.
Up for speed. I'll go
Terrain
get rid of that.
ahead. Pull up.
Yep, we're expecting that.
Yep. So I've just turned off the terrain warning system there.
We've got landing no blue, clear land. I can see the runway, see the pappies, they are slightly offset. Pappies are precision approach path indicators. There's a set of lights next to the runway. You want 2 reds, 2 whites. 3 reds is too low, 4 reds is really low. 3 whites is too high, 4 whites is really too high.
4 red, you're dead, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, 4 red, you're dead, 4 white.
Excellent. So there's G-Low in front of us. There's your motorway with I don't know if the camera can get in on that or not, but there's the struts it's on.
And then you've got the approach.
Yeah, the leading lights. Yeah, there you've got the leading lights. It's got flashing lights that come around the bay that we aim for. Alright, autopilot off. And I'm following these leading lights. I'm using the flight director, just looking through it very slightly. And then we're going to turn around and there's the runway over there.
1,000.
Checked. Pitch up slightly. There's the turn for the runway.
Two red, 2 white.
Marvellous.
Good.
And as you can see, you haven't got much when you line up with the runway. Normally, you'd line up with the runway about 10 miles out. You get configured.
100 above.
Check.
4.
Continue. Passing Rosario.
Minimum.
Continue. Normal.
300.
Yeah, check. A little bit low. Just pitching up slightly and then correcting. There you are. 2 whites, 2 reds.
200. 40. 30. 10. 5.
Down there somewhere, boys. Oh, that'll do. That'll do.
Spoilers, reverse is green, no diesel.
Yeah, the manual brakes on.
Certainly not.
Right.
There we are.
That's it. For me, Tommy, the war is over.
Well, we'll see about that.
We'll see. Right.
We will see.
Fins, words, it doesn't move. Power brake set. So, welcome to Madeira.
Pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a bit of a. I was like, ooh, right at the end there, but not bad. Good salvage.
Not bad. Good salvage. I'm no, well, you know, he's no feather, is he?
Some airline captain, you
Ah,
Mr. Paul
there you go.
Davies with the 499 Super Chat.
Hello, young Paul.
Godspeed, is that the me or Mark? Who knows?
There was a lad on the stream last night was saying that on every departure. It's cool. Yeah, I think I need all the help
was on
I can
Henry's
get.
stream,
Yeah. I need all the help I can get today.
Break a leg.
I'll break his fingers if he touches a failure. Mind you, it's your go now, isn't it?
Might be my time to shine, ladies and gents.
There we go. We landed safely and I don't know, down on Madeira here, and we're live here from the Manchester Flight Sim Centre here on your Monday night. A special episode in the simulator with Captain Mark, who's a real world Airbus captain, and also John Fezzer, who's our regular Monday night host. And we're loving it today. Lots of support and lots of nice messages in the chat. You guys are really enjoying it. These guys are just refreshing the sim. So feel free to put some questions in the chat. I love the question about the squawking 7700. That was a really good one.
Yeah, it's good when we can actually show people as well.
Yeah, show it off in the simulator.
Yeah.
Exactly, show off what we're talking about and how a pilot might react and things like that. So yes, definitely get involved with the questions in the chat. And you mentioned Henry last night did a live show from Vancouver, Canada, and that was awesome. It was like a snow show, wasn't it? Lots of snow on the ground. A good, what was it, 20, 30 centimetres of snow on the ground at Vancouver Airport. And he went live over there, and it was awesome. But plenty of people watching the show today. Welcome, everybody. Make sure you give the stream a share because this is an extra special episode here live from the Manchester Flight Sim Centre. And a big shout out to them guys for letting us use the simulator once again for this special episode. There goes Feza, off to get a drink. Yes, yeah, that's it, yeah. And yes, huge thank you to them guys. They're on Instagram. They've got an Instagram page. If you guys can go and give them a follow, and you can track the progress of the brand new 737 simulator they've got, which is in the other room just down the hall there. And that's going to be up and running from the 1st of March. So if you want to fly a 737, you can do that, or the A320, which is here. And you can fly all the same approaches that we're seeing here, as well as use the simulator. And like we said, Airliners Live headquarters is in the same building, so if you do make a booking, give us a message on Insta or whatever, and if we're about, we'll come and say hello and get some photos with you guys. But lots of people in the chat saying hello, and thank you all for the support as well. Some bloke who travels a lot also with a £5 super chat saying flying is easy, all you need to do is remember 863 different things in the right order and no problem. That's it, some bloke. Yep, that's it. Yep. You've got to do it all right as well, of course. It's not easy. It usually takes a lot of training to get to the point where you can fly an aircraft. Oh, you want to turn? Yeah, do you want to turn his mic on? Do you want to say something, Mark?
Yeah, I was just going to say Carl Crawford gifted a Airliners Live membership. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Carl. Appreciate it.
And Paul D got that. Good lad.
Hey, really? No way. Another fellow that you met at the fair.
Yes, yeah, we had a lovely.
Oh, I actually seen you guys having a chat, and my predictions about what you guys were talking about. Maybe some 757 discussions.
We could have had a little chat about the 757. The Queen of the Sky is a real airliner. How good it was.
Yes,
we went through a bit there. It was good. Actually, talking to the 77 while Fez was out the room, when we did our first practice earlier on, I actually set 77 to see if he'd noticed, and we landed. And he eventually sort of looked down, hey, what's that like? What's that, man? What's that? You know, I was like, well, I was just getting ready, you know what you're like, son.
What was that question, man? Have you got the question? But yes, awesome to see you all at the Task Fair on Saturday. I mean, I'm still buzzing from that event, and so is Mark as well. Question from Mark, coming from Seb.
Yeah.
Saying, are the A320 Neos more powerful than the CEOs, or are they just more fuel efficient?
Both. They are more powerful, yeah. If we go to places which we need a bit more performance, we'd use a Neo, and also it burns an awful lot less fuel. Can't think of the numbers. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's significant. If we end up at Lanzarote, his favourite, they prefer to send you down in a Neo, because if you go in a CEO, if you're on the wrong runway, you'll have to stop like I did a few weeks ago in Faro for fuel. You can't make it in one hit, whereas the Neo, depending on the weight, could probably just about do it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
But also the Neos, it's the same with like the Maxes, where they're all round improvement, are they? So they have. I'm not sure about like the avionics and things, but I know like obviously comfort levels, they're a bit smoother, they're a bit quieter. Is there anything else that's particularly noticeable about them?
Yeah, they're smoother, quieter. They've got a new thing called a rotation mode, whereas this has your ground mode, which blends into flight mode. The Neo has a new mode called rotation mode. There's nothing really new in the avionics. There is talk of us getting 350 flight decks in a couple of years. We're getting new radio sets, audio control panels, radios.
I think I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, they're the same as the 350
yeah.
ones. They're really good. We've got ROPS, runway overrun protection, so the computer realises where you've touched down. If it's a wet runway, dry runway, you enter it all before.
Yeah,
and it'll tell you too short.
Neos have started to get the raw up stuff I've seen.
Yeah, we've got quite a few with it now, and I think they're retrofitting it where possible. But yeah, it'll shout, runway too short, max braking, use full reverse, and it'll shout all these commands at you.
Basically the new Betty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite? I mean, I know you're a big fan of one of the A320 family, which is the 19.
Yeah.
But what about Neo versus CEO? Have you got a favourite?
757.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I like the 319. It handles all right for an Airbus. It's quite pokey. I like the Neos. They're quite responsive. The normal CEOs with the normal wing fences can be a bit wallowy, and I find the CEOs with the sharklets aren't brilliant. Some are better than others, but they're a little bit wallowy, and they're not the most responsive things. If it was a really windy day, I'd rather be in a 319. Or maybe even a Neo. But to be fair, I'd rather be in a 757. But
We're really rattling off the flights tonight, though. We're already on to the third flight.
Yep.
So what's next, guys?
Well, we are down at the ground. Well, we'll start that again. I am now the captain.
Oh,
I'm now
okay.
the pilot flying. Well,
salute the Fez. I've just got a quick question here for Mike will be. If you were in a crazy emergency scenario where you were a passenger, would you be able to land pretty much any type of large commercial airplane if necessary? To be honest with you, if it was an Airbus, any Airbus, it's all the idea of Airbus is the whole cockpit's all very, very, very similar. But for any large airliner, really, if you're in it, both pilots have been incapacitated for any reason. Say I'm putting a 777 or 787. I don't know the systems, but I can get it to a runway and it will automatically land itself. I don't have to do anything. And even with, some of our cabin crew, I show them how to use a radar, how to use the radio, how to make an emergency call, and someone will talk them down. They will tell them, right, you're going to select a heading, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to press that, and it will automatically land itself. So, you can land anything. As long as it's got auto-land fitted and you go to an airport where you can auto-land, you're safe.
So literally anyone who's watching in the chat could land an airplane, in theory, with the use of the radios, pretty much.
Yep.
Indeed. I think I could do it.
Of course you could.
And if it was a 757, different story.
Mate, easily, yeah. Carl Denton's asking, do I have a particular favourite aircraft from the fleet, i.e. Reg? The two Jesuses, I always like flying those. That means a lot to me, that does. But, I like those two. I like the Neos. Any of the Neos are fine. It's not like when I was at my last airline, we only had a few 75s, and some were lightweight, some were heavyweight, some were more bent than others. They've all got, if you look at the back of a 75 behind the wing on the bottom of the fuselage, it's got cellulite, and they've all had a bit of a hammer in hard landings, whatever. They've all bent a little bit. They've all got little crimples there. But I'm trying to think which one. I did my base training in Golf Oscar Bravo many years ago, and I never really liked that one. Go Jib. That was the Iron Maiden plane. I put a picture up on the VIP chat of that just after I flew it for the last time, just before the Iron Maiden tour. That was an old knacker. Everything was wrong with it. The APU kept packing up, and there were loads of things just going wrong all the time. But they got it fixed, it was fine. It was a good aircraft after that. But the fleet I fly at the moment, they get swapped around a lot. So you'll end up going somewhere, you'll do an aircraft swap with another base, and then who's got a hangar, that aircraft will then go off and have maintenance or have something fixed. You'll get a different aircraft, and they just move them all around the fleet all the time. So you're never really getting one long enough to get this. Like the thing is with
a personal connection with it.
No, that's it. I mean, the thing with the Airbus as well. All the 319s fly pretty much the same. All the CEOs fly pretty much the same. All the CEOs with sharklets fly badly the same. The Neos all fly the same. So it's not like one's more bent than the other. I mean, there was a 73 I used to fly. Had gone into a post. They'd driven the wing into a post in Amsterdam many years ago, and it was bent, and it just didn't fly right. But we all knew when we were getting that one, what you do is you use rudder trim on a Boeing to get because the control column's actually turned like that as you're flying along. So you use rudder trim until that's zero, and then you look and go, yeah, that's trimmed. That's it.
Happy days.
Are you done?
I'm ready. So
I just seen one more question in the chat real quick.
I'm never going to fly.
Terry Edwards saying if Madeira is in the top 10, bit of a trivia question, what is number 1? Most difficult airport to land?
Paro, yeah.
Paro.
Probably.
Yeah, nice.
I wonder what the list is. Top 10.
I don't know. It varies, doesn't it? Because I've seen different ones on YouTube. Some are saying different, but this Madeira's always there. Paro's always there.
Is that a subjective thing, or is it like technically it actually is? Like there's some factor that makes it really difficult, or is it more just subjective based on like? Because obviously, like wind can play a big factor at Madeira, for example.
Probably the airport right now is probably up in the top 10. I
Yeah.
would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is Vagar. We are now on the ground of Vagar. And if you want to have a look down here, Mr. Blowman, I'll show you the chart. So we are currently down at Vagar, which is in the Faroe Islands, which is, I believe, southeast of Iceland? I think, yeah.
North of Scotland.
Yeah, north of Scotland. Between Scotland and Iceland, basically. And we're going to be departing out of runway 30. We're going to be going up to Magni. We'll jump in. Well, don't really need to do the hold now, do we? Nah. We're then going to spin around, and then we're going to do this. This is the RNAV uniform for runway 30. We're going to fly down to Victor Golf 999, and then we're going to make a very nice tight turn there. If you can see out the window, there's mountains everywhere, and we're going to have to fly between some mountains. Well, I'm going to have to fly between some mountains, and yeah, he's laughing. And we're going to turn it in, and we're going to hopefully turn in and land into runway 30. It's a bit difficult here because we sort of lose guidance, don't we, on the...
Yeah.
So it's just, it'll be visual, probably there at Victor Golf 992. Visual at flight director's off, turn her in, grease it.
Yeah. And the other thing that makes this place particularly difficult?
It is only a 30-metre runway, so typically runways are 45 metres wide, so it's a very smaller width of a runway, so that means I need to get on the centre line, don't I?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be mowing the grass, won't I?
Yeah, we live in
well,
hope, don't we? Yeah. The thing is, for the flight sim boys who are watching, that where airline pilots get trained on 30-metre wide runways because the visual perspective looking out the window looks completely wrong. And it looks like the ground's rushing up at you, and you have a tendency to just hammer it in. Skiathos, we do training in Mykonos, they're 30-metre wide runways, and the picture just doesn't look right. This isn't the longest runway in the world either. I can't remember what it is.
I think it was 1800, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1800. It's not very wide, so yeah, he's got to get it on the centre line. It's missing touchdown zone markers, so he's got to get it as close to the aiming point as possible. And it hasn't got pappies. I think those are Varsies.
Yeah, there's only two of them.
Yeah, there's only two, so he wants one red and one right. So
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, high are we low? Who knows?
That's it. See, I'll do the explaining of how we do it, and Fez is going to do the hero stuff.
Don't know about that.
Yeah.
Right then, I'm going to press this. It's going to get a bit loud. There it is. It'll sort itself out in just a second. Press all the buttons, Mark. See, Mark's pressing all the buttons now, isn't he? Right then, Fezzer gets to fly. Don't dare let me do.
Yep.
No promises.
Happy with Toga?
You've already let me down. Oh, you better believe it. It packs up in a minute. No. Yeah, actually, because it was pretty. Yeah. Right then, is London City as difficult a land as it looks? Well, who knows? It's 5.5 degrees.
It's the steep slope, yeah, again, and it's special. You can put an Airbus in there.
318s just flying.
318s go in there, BA had them there, yeah. But yeah, it's a short runway with a steep approach, and yeah, it's...
I think the biggest aircraft now is the E2, the E190 E2.
Oh, yeah.
That goes E195 E2.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I've done, if you go back on the streams, you'll see I've done London City a few times, and it's just arresting that descent rate coming down to flare. It's, it's very
two-stage
different.
flare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a great video, isn't there, that 146 bouncing it down the runway.
Yeah.
I did it in the sim. We did London City. We had a bit of time left years ago, and we did it, and then we took off, and he gave us the dual engine failure Sully landing the Thames. That was good fun.
None of that today.
None of that today.
Unless
none of that today.
I'll start pressing buttons. Right then, are we ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Everyone ready? Fez is in control.
Oh.
I have control.
You have control.
Your radios.
My radios.
50%.
Park brakes on.
Well, you would tell first officer. That's why you're captain. 50% and Mantoga SRS runway.
Checked.
Thrust set. Check. Trying to keep that centre line, remember that 30-metre runway.
100 knots.
Checked. Runway is coming up.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear.
Gear. Up.
Nav.
Checked.
Again, bring the thrust down nice and slowly.
Airmanship, that's good, man.
And that's thrust climb, open climb, heading flaps 0.
Speed check, flaps 0. $500 to go.
Okay. The mountains very close, taking off there. Up part 2.
Checked.
Speed, I'll start.
Checked.
So, as I said, we're going to go to Magni. Perfect. Straight it in, so I'll get that direct ready. And then once we get about to this point, we'll turn it in.
That's what I did at the other place.
Perfect. Very smooth, Fezzer. Cheers, mate. Yeah, it's autopilot. Get the kettle, get the westerns, son. Getting the shakes there, only westerns. Nappies on, only for Mark. Oh, yeah,
too
actually
right.
For me with this approach.
Long my name saying this simulator looks immense. Well, get yourself down, get yourself booked in, come and have a go. You can do what we're doing. It's great fun.
Yeah, the name of the place is the Manchester Flight Sim Centre. So obviously there's links in the chat, and get your experience booked on this or the brand new 737 Sim as well.
Whereas the back row sitting, usually at this point Fezzer goes to the bathroom. Well, yeah, that just be the bathroom westerns break, isn't it? So currently flying straight ahead on a heading of 302 degrees. We're going to get to the Point Magni.
Ian's asking what happened to V2.
We're actually 1,000 feet too low or something.
Oh, there you go. Ian Beddoes is asking what happened to V2. We don't call V2, we put it in the box.
Yep.
You've got V1 stop go speed, so below V1 you can stop, you've got enough runway to stop. After V1 you're committed to flight. VR's rotate. V2 is known as TOS, takeoff safety speed. And that's your safe climb out speed, and yeah, like someone said, it comes more into play on single engine work. You want to be above your green dot, you want to be above V2, it's safe.
That's in the hangar, it's in the same area, Ben, yeah, same partner, Sydney Airport.
Sonny on Twitch asking has Fezzer been zapped by Captain Mark here?
Not yet.
No, he's not touched anything yet, so the night is still young. Well, she kept saying, just think, Mark, if Fezzer moves to Mank, you can do this more often. Yeah, I'm moving back up north.
Speed, I'll start.
That's a bit strange, isn't it? Because the two of you sort of live in the same...
Yeah, we're not far.
Neck of the woods.
About 20 miles from each other, yeah.
Safe distance.
Yeah, this for me. Let's go Hendon Beach, on the paddle boards. Who's asking? Mr. Smudgy's asking, what's the strangest thing I've seen in the sky during a flight? I've seen Santa a few times. Yeah, there's pictures on the VIP chat. Over the Bay of Biscay, coming back from Africa, we saw something flashing in space, moving in a funny direction. It didn't move across the sky like a satellite does. It flashed a few times and then moved and then went down, and it was, don't know where it was. But yeah.
UFOs confirmed, guys. On Airliners Live, you heard it here first. And I will now insert that turn to Magni. Now the aircraft is now in managed, and it's going to turn us around. I'll cruise now. Yeah, go for it. What do you mean by positive climb? So looking on the vertical speed ticker, when that is up and you get the number, that is you are in a positive climb, means you're climbing away. Because you don't want to Don't want to be just flying straight at the level and put the gear up.
Yep. The SOP changed recently. You look at the pitch, you look at the VS, and you look at your altimeter, and you've got those three. And when they're correct, then gear up.
And then you hear we confirm it, so we go gear up.
Yeah. There was some incidents where someone mismoved something. So what it is, it's hand on gear. Think about it. Make the movement. Hi Neil C, saying we're doing a great job. It's good to see you, Neil. Thanks very much. Hopefully we'll catch up soon.
I don't know about that, Paul. Not that far.
Yes, you've got a flight booked, haven't you, to Vegas in a couple of months, right?
Yeah. Not looking forward to the flight out, that's for sure.
But so you're connecting at DFW, was it?
Yeah, Dallas.
But you've got to go to London first.
Yeah, London to Dallas
Wow.
to Vegas.
Yeah. Brian King's asking, do you know the reason why it's more to fly from Glasgow than Manchester? It's possibly to do with the competition. If you've got 10 different carriers out of Manchester going to the same destination, you'll keep the prices low. Whereas if you've only got 2 out of Glasgow, they can bump the price up a bit. I think that's probably it, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, the prices at Manchester can be really cheap compared to neighbouring airports.
Yeah.
You know, even like when you look at like Birmingham or East Mids, I find that Manchester's usually the cheapest, but it's also the busiest of them all, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
DK's asking, what's my favourite and worst 7,000 miles airline? Heard interesting stories about AAAB. We had, I was at Australia, so I wasn't at Last Choice. So we had GoJib, we had GOAVB. That was a nice one. We had Goob, which was an ex-Last Choice one. And
Last Choice.
Yeah, then we had a couple of new ones came, STRX and Y, I think. They had GPS, they were quite nice, but I left soon after that to go where I am now. Hannah, I don't get into Liverpool very, very much, but it is a very nice airport to work in and out of. I've been there a couple of times for work.
Ian says, what happens if you don't put the gear up? Yeah, you'll get a master warning, won't you?
Yeah, you'll overspeed it and then you'll be sent down to head office with tea and no biscuits.
Just a zap with the old...
That as well, yeah.
Right, so we're coming up, guys. We are, well, not far out, 10 miles-ish, just over.
Cole, Madeira and the Isle of Man are captain's only landings and takeoffs. Corfu isn't. The circle to land, or the one we did, I think is captain's only. Right.
Actually, I'll have terrain off, please.
Will you?
Just in case. Because we get quite close to them mountains, don't we, as you guys will see. Flaps 1, please, and 1...
Check. Flaps 1. And again, there's a particular way you have to move the flaps. When you're moving them down, you hold them like that, lift it, and when you move them up, you hold them like that, move them that way.
Flaps 2 and flaps 2, please, no, 160.
We checked flaps 2.
We'll get that ready so I don't forget it.
Good man. Yeah, you to your descent point, so you can do it.
You've seen St Elmo's fine?
Yes. Yeah, I've put pictures of it up on the VIP chat, so get yourself on the VIP chat and I'll put some pictures up of it.
Have you ever seen the Northern Lights?
Last week. Again,
there you go.
A few times.
Again,
yeah, I'll put a picture up on the group chat. It was taken on a rotary phone, but yeah, we went to Iceland last week, saw them.
Very nice. Jealous.
Hey, we live in the northeast, we can see it from our bedroom. There's someone in Hartlepool last night put some pictures up. Trouble is, you've got to go to Hartlepool. St Mary's Lighthouse.
Will you
always
come
good
back?
Pictures there. There's always some good pictures from St Mary's.
Right, so 4,160 knots. This is our final approach fix, and then we should get final up on our FMA when we pass this point, and it should start the descent down.
Yeah. Brian King's asking, do I miss cockpit visits from the passengers? I do, very much so, but when we're on the ground with big delays, we do have cockpit visits. Ben Anderson's asking, do you know what every switch does on the overhead panel? We do, because they're all labelled: air conditioning, electric, hydraulic fuel. And before we make a selection, say we wanted to turn a pack off, it would be air conditioning, pack 1, turn it, and you do it in sequence. Right, speed's increasing. It's diving for it a little bit.
Gear down, please.
Roger. Gear down.
Oh, love them. Love that gear down, Tom.
DK's asking, worst, hardest commercial airport for you? Isle of Man, without a doubt, 1600 metre runway. It's not very nice, and Jersey's a close second.
It's one after this, isn't it?
Depends how brave you're feeling.
Right, we'll set final speed. Flaps 3.
Speed check, flaps 3. Oh, there's mountains.
Oh. Should have done this in the dark so you can't see the mountains. I'd imagine it's probably daytime only.
I thought so, yeah. Some bloke wants to ask a question. What's that then, mate? Ask away.
Well, Joe, we're flying, this is based on an Airbus, it's an Airbus A320.
A320, yeah.
2,500.
Radio altimeter alive. I'm going to go autopilot out. Flight director off.
Bravery. I'll keep mine on.
Yeah.
You got auto thrust speed.
It's just because of the pitch. Because, we were far too high last time. And flaps hold, please.
Speed checked, flaps full.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Cabin.
Secured. Secured.
Jet landing. Auto thrust.
Speed.
Go around out.
4,000.
And memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing text complete, my dear chap. Clear to land.
Fucking yacht.
How far have you got if I'd have called you back? Not far, some bloke, not far.
Didn't you do that at the Mel as well?
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
He put a post up in the VIP lounge before. I don't know if you guys seen it. Did a lap of
Heathrow, yeah.
Heathrow.
Fantastic.
Took him 7.5 hours to walk around it. That is
fast were you walking, mate?
It's a big airport.
Yeah. If you got a bike, that would have been
10-mile walk, is that?
Jesus. Jane Chapman saying 757 with RB11, seriously the best plane in the sky, lady after my own heart. I find no fault in your logic. I'm going to turn that off now.
So we're flying over the mountains, guys.
Oh. There's a greaser coming up.
I don't know about that, like.
Ian's asking, I don't fly a jib, it's the one that needs special qualifications.
You don't have many, do you?
Everywhere else on the network. I think you've got 2 reds.
We're only going to have 2, aren't we?
That's what I mean, you've got 2 reds. you need a red and a white.
Sunderland, yeah? SAFC.
A little bit low. What's that say?
It will be too high when we come round, man.
Yeah, you will be, mate. It looks good, actually. Look at that.
What a pro.
Look at that. There's a reason he's the star of the show, isn't it?
400.
Then if you can see from the camera angle, but that runway doesn't look right. It looks very, very narrow.
It's taxi, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Look at that. You're on speed.
200. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
There's a greaser.
5.
Whoa, look at that. Spoilers. Reverse green. Diesel. Good man. 70 knots.
That was so good.
Look at that.
How it lined up perfectly.
Where's that
last
Westerns?
seconds.
Westerns. Train for Fezzer.
Oh.
That's going to be worth a like button press at the minimum.
I'm going to give him one of them for you.
No, not get a Mickey bong, like.
No, I'll have a Mickey bong.
Let's get some 10 out of 10s in the chat. Fezzer, stunning landing that. That was not easy. Not easy.
Your son boy.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Where we go?
There we go, guys. And as I mentioned earlier, we are live today in a special episode of the Flight Night with Fezzer, featuring Captain Mark, who's a real-world A320 captain, and he flies in and out of Manchester every single week, and he's the captain for today in that particular flight. Fezzer was the one flying, did a fantastic job getting the aircraft down smoothly into Vagar with the crazy, tough, tricky approach. We've got one more flight still in store, I believe, so they're just discussing the next flight, and we're going to start getting that ready as well. But I hope you're really enjoying tonight. Stay tuned for the final flight, the last tricky approach. That's the theme for tonight. It's tough approaches. So it's ones that require a lot of training, a lot of briefing, technical knowledge, and pilot skill as well. And as you can see, teamwork between the two of them as they work together to get the aircraft back down safely on such tough approaches. Like I said, we're live from the Manchester Flight Sim Centre here at City Airport.
Oh, well, they do the sim, won't they? Yeah.
So go and links are in the chat. Go and support them. It's a fantastic day out. Come and get your experience booked on the A320 simulator here, and they have a brand new 737 sim, which is going to be taking bookings from the 1st of March. So get booked on that as well. This City Airport's an amazing place. Airliners Live HQ is literally in the same building as this, just down the hall. And obviously there's a City Airport as well, so they've got the Deck 747 here with its own simulator, Fly the 747. And also you can go spotting here, and loads of real-world flying experiences as well. So a big shout-out, all the love for the Manchester Flight Sim Centre for letting us use the simulator once again. And make sure you go and show some support to them guys and get yourself booked on. And if you do, let Airliners Live know, let me and Martin know that you've got an experience booked. If it's a present for a family member or just an experience for yourself, let us know and we'll come down. And if we're available, if we're about, we'll get some photos with you guys, and we'll see how it all goes. But for today, it's a bit of a crazy setup we've got here. We've got the tripod overlooking the flight deck here. We've got Martin, who sadly has lost his voice following the task fair. But here he is.
Oh, there he is. That was just my camera. Tash cam.
And we've obviously got Captain Mark and John Fezzer in the flight deck flying today.
Right then, ladies and gents.
Right.
It is now time for the... Yeah, no.
Before you say it, Lee Davis...
I'm not saying anything.
Lee Davis said, hope Captain Mark keeps his word, told me Saturday, going to throw a nasty one for the final, lol.
Well,
Fezzer.
Here we are. Ladies and gents, we are at Paro Bhutan Airport, which is rated the hardest approach in the world.
Wow.
So...
Wow. Terry Edwards was asking earlier about that, actually. Number 1 hardest approach. And who's flying it, actually?
Fezzer is.
I am.
Fezzer.
I am.
And how did it go earlier?
Don't ask.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's a nice airport down there, isn't it?
Oh, you're only 5,000 feet, right? It's fine, you're getting.
Let me yeah, we go get us all.
So what's the situation with this airport? What makes it so tricky?
Do you want to talk about Marvin? I'm not too much clued up with him.
Well, we've got to finish in, like within an hour or so. It'll take me.
Yeah. Hopefully one's,
Pauline
busy.
B's off. See you later, Pauline B.
Cheers,
nice
Pauline.
to see
Thank
you
you.
the other day. Where do we start with this one?
I don't know.
Well,
it's bad. High elevation airport, 7,300 feet in the air.
Wow.
All this is terrain. All this different colour here is all terrain. The white is where the terrain's very low. So we're going to try and fly through Paro. There's mountains everywhere, and this approach is awful. I wish we had the clip ready of the last time I flew in here, because it was bad.
Was that on stream, was it? Or was that as in a practice in the sim, was it?
No, I mean last time I flew at home.
Yeah.
It was it was bad. So wish me luck.
And this is obviously in real life. Is this an airport that serves A320s?
I think the biggest aircraft is A319s. I think Paro Bhutan Airlines have Bhutan Airlines. Yeah, A319s. On YouTube, there's some fantastic videos of them. Just awful approach.
I watched one last night because I wanted to see what we were in for, and I watched this guy last night, and he had a little pray before he made the approach.
Oh my god!
Have you ever seen that 737? I think it was a 300.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that one is bad.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun for you guys at least.
So if you thought the last one was crazy, this one is even more crazy,
This
and we're going to see
awful.
Fezzer at full whack here. If you can manage to get this down, then there's no stopping him.
Dingle McDongle asking when's the BMX stream, Mark?
I don't know, mate.
The BMX stream.
Yeah, I used to ride BMX and do competitions. And
Gosh, is there anything you didn't do?
I won a few. This was like, it's before Fez was born. This was in the early 90s. But yeah, I used to won a few contests and got my name in the papers and
Doing
whatnot.
what, like stunts? and
Yeah,
things?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What kind of stunts? Like flips?
I never tried a flip. I got
Here we go. Photos are coming out now.
Photos are coming out now.
I can't imagine this.
Mate,
Captain of the BMX.
well, yeah, my bottle's gone now. But yeah, I used to do mostly ground tricks. But where is it? There's a.
Oh wow! Okay, wow, that's you.
That's me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Show that to the. Yeah, hang on. Yeah.
Well. Whoops.
Get that one back up again. Yeah. That's Mark. Okay, we've heard it all first.
Many years ago.
Can you do that on an A320 though? 30,000 feet.
I can still do it on a BMX.
John Russ said this is Paro, Papa Alpha Romeo Oscar, Paro Bhutan. ICAO code is Victor Quebec Papa Romeo.
Yeah, it's not as nice as Faro.
No.
Oh, Johanna Smith's here. Hello, lovely to meet you and your dad the other day. Hope hope your fear of flying's a lot better now, anyway.
Won't be after she watches this.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, you've tuned in at the wrong moment now.
And Edward on Twitch says, can you still do a tail whip?
Yeah, tail whip to double boomerang. It's one of my favourites.
Tail whip to double boomerang.
Yeah.
That sounds made up. That.
John Steve's asking
How
anyone.
many gifty subs do we have to do to see that?
It was 100 for a failure.
Have you still got a BMX?
Yeah, I've got loads. I still ride. I go out with the kids. My littlest thinks I'm embarrassing because I'm showing off, and my middle one and all our school friends thinks I'm the best thing ever and coolest dad ever. John C is asking tips for a type rate and starting his A320 rating. Go to hursts.org, HURST.org. Very clever man has written all the FCOM notes into English. Very useful stuff there. The other option is add me on Facebook and I'll send you whatever I can. And good luck. You will find it fascinating.
It's a clever plane, isn't it? I love it. It's probably one of my favourites to fly. Just easy, innit? Like.
It's too complicated.
Right then, shall we give us a little bosh?
Go on in.
Let's check this. Set that there. What was it?
18,000.
Yeah, 18,000 feet we're going to be flying up there, guys.
Well, you're starting at 7, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Toga, no question about it. Why would you especially want to do Toga at this high of an altitude?
Because it's so high up, the air's less dense, the wings don't
Air's
give you so
thinner,
much
yeah.
links, the engines don't give you so much
They
thrust.
don't suck as much air in, yeah.
And also, there's a bloody great big hill at the end of it, so you want to get over it.
Well, you know.
Well, why don't we just put, flex and, yes.
They're staying off.
It was lovely to see you too, Joanna.
Right then, shall we get rocking and rolling,
Go on
guys?
For the main event, the Fezzer show.
Flaps one, do you reckon? That's a bit scary.
It's a bit, you need to adjust that.
Yeah.
Problem is, if you use more flat, you get off the runway quicker, but your climb rate afterwards is worse. You've got to. How long's the runway?
Taxi. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
2,265 metres.
Flaps one. That's
easy,
low, sir.
Easy. 30 metres as well, again.
Well,
becoming a trend, this, isn't it? 30 metres.
It is.
There's the Zulu, isn't it? Yeah. Right then. Wish me luck, guys. I'm scared.
I'm not, because it's Fezzer.
Yeah, big enough.
Have you ever done this approach on stream, did you say?
On my personal channel, yeah, I've never done on Allies Live, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brand standards and all that.
But then your uniform
look that much
standards,
of it.
you're not wearing your hat.
Where's your shirt? Exactly.
Oh, mate, I look like a potato in it, honestly.
Right then, that's done.
Yep.
Press a button under it, take off config. Take off no blue, terrain's off, that's looking good. Alright then, good luck John, good luck guys. Well, good luck John you mean, not guys.
Yeah. Good luck, John, I'm sitting here. I'm a gear slinger now, Simon, that's it.
Enjoy. Right then. 50% stop clock. Whoa. Bit much there, wasn't it? Might have been... Toga! Toga SRS.
Checked.
98.5%. Dear mate.
Another bad problem with a 30-metre wide runway, if you lose an engine, the aircraft swings into the dead engine, you haven't got an awful lot of runway to recover and keep it straight. 100 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Nav.
Checked.
Selected speed for 210, please, man. If you can.
Nice, possess that skill, sir. Right, speed 210 selected.
First climb.
Checked. Heading.
Give us about 1.4 there, please. Yeah.
Like that? Perfect. That looks alright, doesn't it?
Not bad. So yeah, trying to get up above these mountains now, guys, which is it's a bit it's a bit touch and go at the minute, isn't it? Yeah. I want to get these flaps up, but
thing is, if you're climbing, it doesn't hurt to keep them out, does it?
We'll leave it out for the time because the slats will just go up anyway. So
thanks, Carl. Carl Wynn, who's saying we're doing great flying. Excellent.
I haven't landed yet, man.
It'll be a thing of beauty and a joy to behold.
There we are.
Brian King, Fez, you're in the wrong job, man. I've been saying this for a long time.
Flap 0, please.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Beautiful. Yeah, pizza.
Okay.
So, first climb up climb, heading 18,000 blue. Oh. That might help. Actually, we'll not go up that high because we'll just go to Papa Romeo 820.
Yeah,
so
cool.
if that's 15, we'll go up 15. That's it.
What you've got to be above 15.3 here.
15.3, yeah.
Yeah, so if you... Well, after that, what's 820? 20.
Yeah.
Just says a speed, doesn't it? 724 has got a height. I'll take that out for you. Take that out. Take 5.2 out. Take that out. How's
probably,
that?
Yeah, probably just 14. It was 820, please, man.
Go chap.
Let's put a 15.5 just to keep it a pucker.
Sounds good.
I'll activate approach phase. I want to manage speed.
Faye's asking, where are we flying from now? Paro Bhutan is considered the world's most difficult approach and most difficult landing.
It's so awful, isn't it, seeing this terrain?
It doesn't enamor you with confidence, does it?
No. Crash after the last one. Redirect at 820, I think, just to keep it happy. There it is. I think probably start descending, do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll do it managed.
Yeah.
We need to slow down a bit, but obviously, done that.
There you go.
Yeah. What I noticed is, though, you know, 813 8-bit there.
Yeah.
After that, it suddenly said you were very high. So after then, I think you're going to need to get the autopilot out and start diving it off because you've got like nearly 7,000 feet to lose in that. But if you've got the gear down the flap out, you could probably do it. Yeah, it'd be fine. Do you want some flaps?
Yeah, flap 1, please.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. Right, GPWS is there. We know about that. Really clever thing about the Airbus. When you've got some sort of failure or something happened and it's in the status page, when you select flap 1, it brings a status page up just to remind you. Just to say, have you forgot about this? Yeah, you'll get that because we've switched the GPWS train off. but it comes up just before you land, just to remind you, fellas, just have a look at that a minute.
Have a little look.
And you have a quick scan, make sure there's nothing new, and continue.
What's your destination? We're going to Paro Bhutan. Yeah, I think we can just visual this, do you reckon? Just open descend it. Because, it just got us far too high, didn't it?
It did. I mean, it's probably going to level you. Well, you've got out constraint magenta there, so it's going to level you off there, which would probably be the safest bet. But then you've got to have a think. Do you want to be low there? Well. Yeah, we've got to slow up a bit as well.
Let's take. Oh, look at where our speed is. That's it's a bit tight, isn't it?
You're not that heavy.
No.
I'd go down to 180.
180.
180. There you go.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2. I don't know if you can see that as well on your camera there, Andy, but
we're going to open descent. First time open descent.
You've got these two little amber bars there.
There they are, just coming into view now.
Yeah, just there. And that's called VFE next, Velocity Flap Extension next. Below that speed, you can take the next stage of flap. And that's there to stop you from overspeeding the flaps. So we've got there 185 for flap 3, 177 for flap 4 will come in there. And you've got placards here tell you your speeds for your gear and your flaps, but it's a good idea to know them. And like Fezza noticed, we had this earlier, that the actual VFE next was actually the speed it was flying. So we had to wind the speed back. Right,
speed
so that is your limit point there, isn't it? 13.8.
It's nice to have the full panoramic view here in the flight sim as well.
Look at that, perfect.
He's good, isn't he?
Some boy, isn't he? Look at that. He's some boy.
About 10 feet. Yeah.
When we were in the sim earlier, we'd done a landing. I'd landed, and he made a comment about the trim wheel reset in 5 seconds and that. And it's stuff that's in the manual, but it's stuff that it's next level knowledge. You need to make sure you tune in every week with this guy because you will learn a lot.
Well, I'm some Airbus captain, aren't I?
You are, mate. You are. You should be doing this for a living. If anyone
got 100 grand, anyone got 100 grand?
Well, if anyone from any airlines is watching this and they want, offer the lad a sponsorship, just give it to him, will you?
Super chat.
Super chat. Yeah.
Coffee. Right then, Mr. L. So 13 there.
Yeah.
And then we'll go. I think
the problem you've got obviously is this ridge. So
once we get past that ridge, we'll be reached.
Do you know what would help if we were fully configured?
Yeah.
If you were, speed back, gear down, flaps fully out, that will help you get that height off. What do you reckon?
How long we got?
Not long.
Not long. Right.
It's down.
Gear down.
Right, gear down, speed. Do that for you as well because you need that. Where is it?
Flap 3.
Speed check, flaps 3. You'll have to drag it in for 5 miles, but that's at least to your worries, isn't it? You want to be there.
All I see is mountains, guys.
I know. Well, you're going to do a loop and it's over behind you, It's sort of downwindish at the moment.
You know what? Shall we? What do you reckon terrain radar would hold you? Have a little look. Because we'll get to see the valley, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see that high point, which is the 13.8 bit that's causing the grief.
And then after that, we're good, aren't we?
Yeah. After that, you can do what you like, really. What are we at? Yeah, 13.8 there, and then it's a case of diving off to get down to the ground.
So, when we get the 13.8, well, just before that, we'll go flaps full.
Yeah.
So we'll do like half the turn.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
We know.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Right, but we know that anyway, so
Terrain ahead.
we'll turn that off.
Pull up.
Yeah, I've been to terrain. I've been to Tenerife lots. Charlie was asking. I've been to Tenerife lots and lots and lots and lots.
Flaps full, please.
Speed check. Flaps full.
Landing challenge.
Lunch's coming up, my dear chap. If I can find them.
Should know them.
We never memorise checklists. Right, cabin.
Secured for landing.
We need Sylvia Louise Wood to be our cabin crew, seeing as Mel's gone sick.
She's the only reliable one. Autothrusters speed.
Go round out.
We'll set that 18.
Yeah. ECAM memo is coming. You've got landing gear is down. Signs are on. Spoilers are armed and flaps are set. Landing checks completed, sir.
Clear to land.
Clear to land. It will be a thing of beauty and a joy.
Why if we're going down?
Haven't got any height reads outs here, so I can't even sort of give you a height. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a dirty dive as soon as.
Diver, innit? I think we can probably do it now, can't we?
You're not quite. You're not quite there, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's that one there, isn't it?
Yeah, the flight director will help you.
Yeah, definitely.
2,500.
Radar altimeter aligned.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get that a few times.
Yeah, we'll ignore that. Right. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I'm suddenly just going to say you're mega high, so.
Yeah, I know.
Right. That's it.
Pull it. Open and descent.
Correct. Right, you got 10,000 in, so it's just going to keep you coming down.
It's just round there, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
I reckon probably your best bet is.
Autopilot will be doing. Yeah. My aircraft. Here we go, guys.
Here we go, boys.
Wish me luck. It's been a while since I've done this. Said that a few times.
Yeah, tell you what, I'll give you that and that because the auto thrust isn't going to help you. Auto thrust speed now. Yeah, auto thrust speed you got. Right, you need to come left a little bit.
Yeah. Because we've got that right hand turn.
That looks a lot better.
Yeah.
That looks a lot better. Just watch your speed because you're coming down a little bit quick. That's it. Just shout
I'll
off.
reduce it.
Looks good, mate. Looks good.
2,500.
Give me that for a track, so that looks looking good. Yeah, keep it coming down. What do we got? We've got 4,000 feet to lose.
Awful, isn't it?
I don't know how you do this. You know, we're pushing the plane to its limit.
The 398 sports cars, man. Must have some cool flaps on them. It's not coming up 4 miles ish.
2,500.
Yes.
Yeah.
2,000.
So the runway is there, in there.
Yeah.
Pointing that way. So I'm gonna.
It's looking.
Watch me left wing there, Mark.
You're very close, chap. But yeah, you need to be a little bit more to the right.
Great.
No, because we need to come right and then left.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just watch your speed as well. There's the
no,
runway,
there
right?
it is there.
Right, pitch up because you're going to overspeed the flaps. That's it. Look at that. I think it's good. So you can fly around that mountain now. Watch your sink rate. Pitch up because you're only 800 feet. That's it. Pitch up. You're still descending. 17.
I'm going to have to look where the runway is, man.
Yeah.
You've just got to do it.
Yeah.
You've just got to get it in.
Okay.
It's awful.
Right, 700 feet.
We'll disregard the sink rate warnings.
Yep. Okay. That's good. Right, you're 500 feet.
Can I have alternate low, please? I don't think I'll get the turn.
You will.
400.
Start. Yeah.
300.
Right, so start now. That's it.
Pull up.
Yeah, you're fine. That's off. Look at that. He's going to do it. He's going to fucking do it. I can't believe this.
Pull up. 40.
Never.
30. 20. Retard. 5.
He's
spoilers. No decel, reverse green, no decel, manual brakes.
God, I'm jumping. Where's my job as a jet, you know?
Wow.
That is awful, isn't it?
Fucking give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. I can't beat that.
That was insane.
Look at that. Mate, honestly. He's some boy.
Dear me, that was all. Do you want to have a go now?
No, I don't. No, absolutely not. No.
Oh, crikey on a bike. That was good. I think that's actually probably one of the first times I've ever actually been able to do it.
That was brilliant.
I mean, it's awful, isn't it? Like that decent. Absolutely.
That was absolutely brilliant.
Well, guys, that's it. We're here.
He's some boy.
Yeah. Good job, Fezzer.
Thank you very much.
Good job,
Bing
Mark,
bong.
as well.
Mate, honestly.
Both putting an absolute shift tonight. Doing a great job.
My hand is my wrist.
Not for the first time,
I think a Weston's is
where's that box?
The box.
You deserve it after that, sir.
Yes.
Me.
Thanks
Amazing.
everyone in the chat. I'm just reading your messages.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. It's been an awesome show here live from the Manchester Flight Sim Centre, City Airport. What a great show that was. That was crazy. I'm sweating after that.
You're sweating. You're sweating. Oh dear. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your super chats and your membership gifts. Much appreciated. That was fun. That was hard.
And a huge thank you to the Sim Centre as well for letting us use it for this amazing show tonight. And get yourself booked on it as well in the future. And like I said, Airlines Live headquarters just down the way there. So if you are here, give us a shout and we might come and say hello to you guys. Get yourself booked on. You can do this particular approach. You can give it a go if you want. There was Madeira's, Corfu as well.
Whoa, we've got 5 gifties coming in! Whoa! From Melissa! Get them, get my bit. Thank you very much, Melissa. 5 gifties!
Thank you, Melissa.
To round out the stream.
Yes, huge amount of support today. Thank you, everyone watching today. It's been an awesome show. Big thank you to Captain Mark as well for taking time out of his Monday night to come and chill with us today. You've been here for quite a while now, haven't you? Because prior to this, we were doing practice runs and you guys were discussing like what to do tonight. So a good few hours before the show even started of just being in a simulator, getting things set up for you guys. And then obviously the time of setting up the whole live stream as well with the multicam setup, the extra lighting today, the sound system, all that. So get yourself booked on the sim. Links are in the chat, and give them a follow on Instagram if you want to keep updated about the brand new 737 sim as well.
Taken off.
But that'll wrap us up for today's show. Do you guys want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for having us. Honestly, the last time we did this, it was 5,000 feet high at the runway.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
Yep.
And that was... Well, there's a reason you tune in to watch him, isn't there? Well done, son.
And Monday night is Fez's regular show, so Fez will be back live next Monday.
Don't worry, we're flying a nice airport. And Steve Bonds, thank you very much. £25 super chat. Get the buttons pressed, Mark.
Go away, son. Mickey Bing Bong.
Mickey Bing Bong.
Mickey Bing Bong.
Thank you very much, Steve. And appreciate that. And Samantha Littlewood, welcome to Premium Economy. Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate that very much.
Great show. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight though. It's been awesome. We're going to sign off there. I've been Andy, we've had Fezzer, we've had Mark, and we've had Martin as well running the show behind the scenes as well. But thank you all for watching. We'll be back live on Wednesday for the Midweek Madness show, 10 AM at Manchester Airport. We'll see you all there. Have a good rest of your Monday. We'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday, guys. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya. See ya. See ya.